Nah, sekarang kita bakal ini apa Archon quest. Soalnya kan Fontaine udah ada tuh. Ini nih. Nah, ini sini udah gua buka-bukain ya Fontaine. Soalnya kemarin apa kebelet sama si karakter ini nih, yang pesulap api, yang apa ya, Fire Magician. Ini, ternyata gue panik anjir, apa, HP gue nggak bakal kuat. Ya lumayan lah, masih kuat dikit. Aduh, tuh kan lihat tuh, udah lama banget anjing ganti-ganti karakter. Anjing. Ini. Lama ya ini. Wah anjing lama. Turun langsung aja tai. Nah, ini gue perlu ini anjir beresin Archon kalau mau apa namanya, reputation ya, reputation si, aduh apa sih nama si kotanya. Oh, Fontaine. Ya, reputation Fontaine biar kebuka aja. Gue pikir tinggal buka-buka map udah bisa. Tai.
Seeing the sights as a tourist is nice, but maybe it would be better if we found something to do. What do you think? Good idea. Nahida gave us loads of useful information. Seeking out the Seven is probably still our best source for information at this point. Yeah, the more we can learn, the better. So, what do you think the Hydro Archon's like? Will we get along? Nahida said that she has a very unique personality, whatever that means.
Nggak apa-apa, tapi seenggaknya Archonnya cewek ya. Jadi siapa tahu kita bisa jadiin waifu
start
anjing.
with the nation's people. There seems to be some locals talking over there. Let's go see if we can join the party.
Kenapa ya travelernya nggak ngomong anjing? Nggak ada.
If you ask me, it's a tragedy.
Yeah, I didn't expect that kind of ending for him. I thought he would
Gue
at
pengen
least
gitu
fight
apa
on
sih
a little
travelernya
longer for his
ngomong kayak
family.
anjing.
I was expecting us.
Excuse me. Can I help you too?
I
I couldn't help but notice
you
you standing here listening.
Hi.
Play? Oh, no. We're talking about something that really happened. In fact, it's a case that was just heard a few days ago.
Really? Like a real trial? But the way you were talking about it and the words you...
Well, good tales are often based on true stories, aren't they? And what you see in reality may also be someone to... Whether something is true
Seenggaknya
or
yang
not
apa sih?
simply isn't that important.
Baju Fontaine
The main
lumayan
thing
ya.
is whether the story being...
Tidak
but
primitif.
it looks like you're not from around here. You probably don't...
But,
No worries. And as for your worries about whether the cases are treated with due reverence, as well as the
Apa ya?
Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse
Tema apa ini?
Cardinal, a machine created by the Archon. Between the machine and the Chief Justice,
you're a trees? Is it some kind of machine too? Wait, I almost forgot to ask you our question. Do you know what we should do if we want to meet the Hydro Archon?
Oh, that's easy. Just go to the Opera House. Lady Farina practically
Oh,
lives there.
Farina.
You could definitely say
Farina
it's
ya.
her biggest passion.
Archonnya Farina,
I think
cowok.
what they mean is that they wish to speak with the Archon personally. In that case, I'm afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult. You'll have to make an appointment well in advance, and it'll depend on whether or not she has any time slots available.
Huh. Is the Hydro Archon super busy taking care of official stuff? Wait,
No, Lady Farina seldom takes an interest with the nation's affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an appointment is simply because she's incredibly popular.
That's right. After all, she is the Archon. Though she may tend to get a little dramatic from time to time, people can't get enough of her.
huh. First time Paimon's ever heard of an Archon being described that way before. Wait! Paimon gets now! The Hydro Archon is kinda like a big celebrity here, right?
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. Perhaps you could even say our mascot.
Hang on. This is still Fontaine's Archon you're talking about. You should show some more respect.
Yes, you're right. I guess I should at least try to be a little more respectful in front of visitors.
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going to be...
Alright, I think we get it. Thank you! At least we now know that we can find the Hydro Archon at the Opera House. But who knows how long making an appointment will take? Guess we could have a look around the city in the meantime. Hey! What are you looking over there for? Huh. Maybe something's the matter. She isn't going to jump into the water, is she? Maybe we better go check on her. Hello there. Excuse me.
Huh?
Oh, okay then. We just noticed that you seem to be worried about something.
About many things, actually. But there's not. I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids.
You're pointing at the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
No people call the waters around Fontaine a sea. It's actually just an inland lake that's filled with fresh water. And though I can still see that hill clearly in my memories, now it's been completely submerged. He would skip and jump, but now the water is gradually swallowing our memories.
Sorry. Paimon doesn't really get what you mean.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends?
Oh, and you are?
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our childhood, that's all. There's no need for any concern. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine. We were just talking with your sister. Even though we didn't really get what she was saying.
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone. In fact, she seldom speaks at all. I'm usually the only one she ever talks to.
Oh, really? Then you two are just like us. Paimon's always the one talking for some reason. So that's how you think it is?
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Seems you were right, Paimon. We are quite similar.
So, what did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing your memories? And that
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's been circulating in Fontaine for some time now. Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. Where to begin? Let's put that question on hold for a moment.
did all the introductions earlier not count?
Hello, traveler. And hello, Paimon.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get a handshake? You're not poking fun at Paimon, are you?
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette we have here in Fontaine when making new friends. You should remember it. It might prove useful.
Oh!
Oke.
Alright then. Well, Paimon's just happy. By the way, we were just getting ready.
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all.
Yes.
In fact, I was planning to go to the Opera House
Nice.
later. Please, follow me.
Sure. Naik apa nggak? Opera di mana sih? Di dalam.
You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it seems Lady...
Ma. Anjir si Furinanya di atas tuh.
So, she's the hype.
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu. As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and his companion who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Is she talking about us?
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you've left in your wake as you visited other nations. But fear is for insignificant cowards. Of course, seeking an audience with me, Focalor,
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for... But the Hydro Archon's entrance was... How should Paimon describe it? Miss Hydro Archon? How did you know we were coming?
Cenayang, Cok.
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. You had that...
Whoa. Talk about Sarah.
Matanya emang gitu, yang mata kirinya aja.
Oh? What's with these look?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler? How did I not notice before?
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that Lady Farina? Is there some kind of drama going
Traveler
on?
tuh terkenal anjir.
Of course. That's the blonde traveler. The one all those stories are about. Lady Farina came here to personally see him. Oh, I bet this is going to be the duel of the century.
Ooh, I've got to...
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy. You may consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there will be an epic duel between...
Now she wants to fight?
Duel.
Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Ya ilah. Gua kira lawannya itu anjing. Furinanya.
remind you that this is a duel against the divine.
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Stand down, Clorend. I admire... Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled.
Yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor. I'm getting it.
You see. Then, as the god of justice, I shall face this traveler in another kind of duel. A duel...
All right.
Right. This is...
Why do you care so much about the crowds? Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
Gila lu ngajak duel.
Oh, according to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month. You are clearly guilty of violating this law, no?
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong.
Jadi kita yang buat salah ini.
What kind of law is that?
Precisely! Now,
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't mean to spoil the fun, but if you would allow me to interject... I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
You tell her, Linny! Finally someone who's not crazy. How could...
great magician Linny, my beloved citizen. I'll permit you to object, but how exactly do you plan to prove your claim?
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of saving the show. So, with such an audience gathered here, allow me to perform a trick for everyone.
Anjay.
Ta-da!
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey! When did you do that?
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the traveler's hand all along. It would...
Huh? You call that magic? You've got to be joking.
I thought it was pretty good. Nice one.
I'm not sure what to think. It seems Lady Farina's charges no longer hold water.
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny. Just the sort of unexpected twist that...
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. But when there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands. I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Linny and Miss Lynette.
Just like that! She's gone! Well, that's the most unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. You never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon. That whole scene just...
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation, just in case. I didn't think it would actually... So, now do you see what kind of god Lady Farina is?
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Anyway,
I just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living. Lynette is my assistant. It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine.
But isn't the opera house where criminal trials are held in Fontaine?
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances. And speaking of performances, I would be remiss to forego this opportunity gifted by fate.
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do next.
Splendid. In that case, why don't we go together? Oh, you really mean it? This is a magical item known as a magic pocket.
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that. You asked me before about the prophecy. I'm not sure exactly when it began, but it says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned. In the end...
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine born with sin? What is that supposed to mean?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these claims, so they can only be regarded as conjecture.
If even the people...
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Many places have already been
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it. We hope that at least the people who reside near the... As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity. I'm sure they will come in handy when people are moving their belongings.
Oh, Hyman gets it! It's like preparing for a rainy day.
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such... Now, if you'd like to...
Ke sini dulu. Gua udah